An exciting edition of Kingdom Conversations to bring to you. Mitch Holthus with you, voice of the Chiefs, along with senior team reporter Matt McMullen. First of all, it's plain and simple. The Chiefs win on Christmas Day, on Monday. It's Raiders week. They beat the Raiders. They'll win the AFC West for an 8th consecutive year. Second all-time in NFL history in division dominance.
That's a special thing, isn't it? Think about how difficult it is to win one division title in the NFL. To win 8 straight does not happen very often. And I know the standard in Kansas City now is going to the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl. But every offseason, the first thing that Patrick Mahomes and Coach Reid say, their first goal is winning the AFC West. It's right there for the Chiefs. Get a victory over the Raiders, and they are AFC West champions for an 8th consecutive season.
The Chiefs will go up against an inspired Raiders team. Let's give credit to Antonio Pierce. He took over as an interim head coach. Steve Spagnuolo coached him as a player with the New York Giants. This building, the coaches have an immense respect for Antonio Pierce, but it's also apparent his players do too.
Absolutely. And think about how these guys are fighting for him. They're still mathematically alive in the playoff hunt, but think about you lose 3-0 to the Vikings a couple of weeks ago. That's very defeating. Well, his guys, they didn't get down on themselves. They went out and played the Chargers last week and scored the most points in franchise history. They scored 63 points on the Chargers, won by 42 points. And what's odd about that game is they didn't even have 400 yards of offense. They're the first team since 1966 to score 60 points without 400 yards of offense. That shows that the Chargers had a lot of mistakes in that game. I mean, they had 5 punts, 5 giveaways, and the Raiders were consistently taking advantage of those mistakes. So in this game for the Chiefs, this Raiders squad is not going to go away lightly. They're fighting for their season. If you commit mistakes against them, they know how to make you pay.
And 6th in the NFL in the past 8 games in offensive points allowed. 2nd with Kansas City. When you look, they've only allowed 40 20-plus plays this year. The Raiders defense is legit. This is a defense that's front, middle, and back, especially Max Crosby. That is a playoff caliber defense.
Yeah, since week 8, this is the number 3 scoring defense in the NFL. They're allowing just 17 points per game. They've only allowed 30 points once in that stretch. It was to the Chiefs back in week 12. So hopefully the Chiefs can replicate that with another 30-point game. But you're right about Max Crosby. He's the engine that makes this whole thing go. 13.5 sacks this year, 75 pressures. That's 5th in the NFL, and also one of the best run defenders in the league. If you're the Chiefs offense, you got to know where Max Crosby is at all times.
But quickly as we close, some things about the Chiefs. Rashee Rice, some big third down catches last week against the New England Patriots. Clyde Edwards-Helaire resurrecting the memories of 2020 and a full linebacker room and what that means for the Chiefs. Nick Bolton and Drew Tranquill have only played together 5 times in the 14 games that the Chiefs have played. All that together need to carry it over and win on Christmas and win the division.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect against the Patriots on either side of the ball, but we also saw a lot of good things on both sides of the ball. And looking at the Chiefs defense, they were really strong against New England outside of those 2 touchdown drives that the Patriots had, one of which started deep in Chiefs territory. They really didn't let New England get going at all. They were tremendous. If you look back at the Raiders game, the final score, they were good, but they got off to a slow start, allowed the Raiders to score 14 points before the Chiefs hit the scoreboard. That's kind of the key in this game. Get off to a faster start defensively. Don't let the Raiders be feeling good about themselves and have confidence going into the second half. Get off to a fast start, maybe force a takeaway or 2. That's the key for the Chiefs defense here in this game.
This could be a historic Christmas day for all of you in the Chiefs Kingdom, and one you may never forget.